Nigel, we've seen two strong performances this week. What have you taken from our start of the season so far?
I'd just say really pleased. You know, we've had 4 games now at Prenton Park. The first 2, when we look at Blackpool, obviously the pre-season games, but Blackpool 3-1 win, Wigan 2-1 win, set us up nicely then for the first game of the season. Over 8,000 supporters, Super White Army there. It was really, really good. From me, I watched the game back twice. Good performance. Game could have gone either way. Limited chances. You know, it was a real good game of cat and mouse. A lot of tactics going on throughout the course of the game. Sometimes it might be a spectacle that it was slow at times, but it was quick at other times. But again, when you look at the nuances of the game, it was very good. Loads to take from it. Lots of positives to take from it. And then obviously utilising the squad on Tuesday night, which was very, very important when we look at the run of fixtures we've got. And to win 3-0, 2 back-to-back clean sheets, really important. And the players that maybe haven't played, having the opportunity to stamp their authority within the squad, and obviously the new players as well, like Josh Williams. Scotty old Josh Williams against Accrington Stanley. Well done to him scoring his first goal, and the fantastic work rate of Sol Solomon. And not to forget Zach Bradshaw, thought really assured in the left centre-half position. So from my point of view, really good.
Saturday showed our structure and discipline out of possession. Is that something you were looking to instill into the squad going into the new season?
I think it's always important when you look at your defensive shape. There's an identity and understanding. And from my point of view, it's football simple game, isn't it? Keep it out one end, stick it in the other. So can we make sure that we've got a defensive resolve about ourselves? Obviously 2 back-to-back clean sheets now helps that. But from my point of view, I think we've got goals in the team when we look at it. And again, you look at 𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗬𝗢𝗥 the other night. He was such a threat going up the field of play. First goal we scored, Harvey Saunders, what a great, played out from the back, several things from movement we were looking for, just didn't quite work, and obviously then we've got it in a super pass from 𝗦𝗧𝗧𝗥 to put Harvey Saunders in to score the first goal. So from my point of view, really pleasing. Yeah.
And as you mentioned, to have over 8,000 fans in attendance as well. How special was that atmosphere on our return to competitive action? Oh,
it was honestly first game of the season, and even the other night when it's pouring down with rain, tipping it down with rain, and the fans still came out, so thank you. It means a lot. There's an atmosphere there. I think some of the players have touched on it, the new players that have come here, the atmosphere is really good and they're looking forward to it, and I know we can get the place really rocking. You know, we just touched on our defensive shape's important because we need to make sure that we're in the game so we can go and win them. But from my point of view, I think we've got some real exciting football players, and I think we've got goal threats, not just in one area of the pitch, but in several.
It seems to be an established way of playing that they've been able to slot into, the new players as well. How important was recruiting players who you thought would be able to pick this up so quickly?
Well, it's important that obviously we've recruited several players. We looked at the character, we looked at the abilities they've got. We wanted to improve on several areas that we've got. Obviously a small squad of players, which is important. But from my point of view, we do a lot of work on the training ground, and we do a lot of work in the analysis room, the classroom. You know, it's a learning environment, that's what we want. People need clarity, so clarity of information, but then you've got to go and work on it and the fine nuances. So the understanding, the clarity, and that bit of identity that we've got, but it needs to be a way that can be effective. As I said, what we do when we haven't got the ball and what we do when we have got the ball, and obviously the transition in between.
Looking ahead to Saturday's game then, what do you expect from a Port Vale side who come into the game having beaten Salford in their season opener? Oh,
it's going to be a tough game. They've just got relegated, so they'll be one of the favourites to bounce back. They've got a real good experienced manager, Darren Moore. It's going to be tough. You know, they're going to have they've recruited well from that point of view. Like everyone will talk about budgets in different ways. The pitch will be bigger than what we'd normally used to playing on, so that'll have a factor in the game in respect of how you can keep your defensive shape right, but likewise how you can utilise the space on the pitch when you haven't got the ball. So it's going to be a tough game, but we go on the back of it having had the last 4 games been really positive for us, and we're going to have a good following. I know they're going to get right behind the players, and the fans know the players are grafting. The physical, the GPS, the physical stuff we see shows the grafting. The willingness and desire to do well for the football club is there for all to see, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a tough game, no bones about it. It's going to be a tough game, but all being well, it'll be a tough game for 2 teams as well.
Just finally then, can you please give us an update on team news ahead of the game?
Yeah, obviously we had a squad of players who performed the other night at Accrington Stanley, and really pleased that 𝗬𝗢𝗨𝗥𝗧 was able to make the bench and actually played the last 20 minutes of the game. So obviously he comes into contention as well for the weekend. But obviously it's been documented, we've got several players who are injured.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Excellent.